Okay, this video is going to be about working with three-tier estimates. Let's go ahead and add a new estimate. Let's say it's going to be an apartment complex. Windy Roof Apartments. And you'll notice down here at the bottom of the Edit Estimate Details dialog that it gives you the opportunity to tell us whether you want to create a two-tier building or a three-tier building. Okay, now two tiers mainly for things like residential homes, where it's just pretty much living room, dining room, etc. Three tier is going to be where you have something like, apartment building number 5, apartment number 26, and then it has living room, dining room, hallway, etc. under that. So if you're trying to work with a building that's going to take three tiers, go ahead and just put the bullet in there, hit Save Changes. And if you've already created an estimate and you want to turn it into a three-tier estimate, all you have to do is come up here to the estimate screen and hit Edit Customer and Property Details and go over here, make the change, and save your change. So let's go ahead and add a room. Well, actually, the first thing I'd like to do is I'd like to rename this. Let's call this, it's going to right-click, okay, right-click, hit Rename, and let's call it Building Template. Okay, we could call it Building 1 or whatever, but that's going to get in the way in a couple of seconds, and I'll show you why. Okay, so Building Template. Then we're going to right-click and we're going to add a unit to this building. Let's call it Apartment. Okay. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to right-click on Apartment and we're going to create a few rooms. Let's go ahead and hit Add a Room. And let's go ahead and put a few dimensions in. And hit Add these rooms to Estimate. And there we have it. We have the building template, apartment, and a few rooms. Let's go ahead and add a few line items in one of the rooms just for grins. There's a few line items. Now we have something to look at. Now let's say that we wanted to create, I don't know, 4 more apartments that looked identical to this one. So inside of this building was 4 apartments, all with the same number of rooms. We would right-click and go to duplicate this unit. And we're going to call it Apartment. And we're going to put down here, we want 4 of them, and we also want to duplicate the tasks inside of it. So all the tasks that are in the living room will also come with it. So we're going to press OK. And you'll see here that we have apartment 1, 2, 3, and 4, because it's going to name them in, it's going to put them in order. So let's go ahead and then we're going to decide that we want to duplicate the entire building, okay, because we have, say, multiple buildings with 5 apartments in each one, with all the same rooms in each building, or each apartment. And it's going to be real quick to just duplicate the whole shooting match. So the first thing we want to do though is make sure obviously our rooms or our apartments are named correctly. So if you need to rename them, just right click on them and go to rename this unit. Okay. Otherwise we can go ahead and just left click here on Building Template and we can right click, okay, and hit Duplicate this building. How many copies do you want? Well, let's make it 3 copies. And let's just call it Building. And there we have it. We have building 1, 2, and 3. Okay? And it's that quick in iScope to create, entire apartment complexes. So I guess the only other thing I need to show you is if you wanted, that was how to duplicate buildings. If you wanted to actually create some buildings, come up here to the Estimate tab, and it has over here Add a Building, Add an Estimate. So let's go ahead and just click Add a Building. We'll call it Building 5. And there you have it, Building 5. And then if you want to add some units or some rooms to that, you just right-click on it. You can hit Add a Room, or you can hit Add a Unit. And that's pretty much all there is into three-tier estimates. Actually, I guess I should show you how to reorder some things. What you can do, if you'd like, you can just left-click on rooms, and you can drag them, and you can reorder them. You can just basically drag apartments and reorder those. You can take apartments from one building and drag them into another. And so that's all fairly easy to do. And I guess that really is just about all there is to constructing three-tier building estimates.